It's Saturday, April 22nd, Record Store Day 2023. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report. Hey VC, TC Kirkham here, the Kirkham Report. This is the first one I've done in 3 weeks. I am so sorry. I'll give you a full rundown of what's been going on a little bit later on in the show. But I've got some new stuff in. I've got a few other things I want to talk about. I got 3 weeks of work worth of stuff to catch up on, and a lot of other things going on. And as you can see, things are coming together in the office, and we'll talk about that. But right now, let's get started with this week's Out of the Box. This week on Out of the Box, I got a ton of 45s from Dawn and Mary over at Two Hip Chicks. Of course, they are on Johnny's auction every Wednesday afternoon, the Hump Day auction, and over at Cajun Roots Resellers. And I picked up 2 of their 15+1 lots of 45s. Don't think I had to bid very high on either one of them. Some of these I have, some of them I don't. I got some of them for particular titles. And of course, the +1 is always a picture sleeve. And then I got something else also from them. So let's start off with the first group. The first group includes a lot of good songs. The picture sleeve in that first group is Bruce Springsteen's Hungry Heart, which I already had, but this is in much better shape than my sleeve. And that was actually my first big favorite Springsteen song. It hit #1 on the Kirkham Report chart in 1980. Also in that lot, we have... Let me move the second lot out of the way here so I don't get it mixed up. The first lot has lots of great stuff. Beach Baby by First Class. Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer. Kenny Rogers' vocal duet with Kim Carnes. I don't think my original label looks like that. I have a picture sleeve for that one, by the way. The Sounds of Silence from Simon and Garfunkel on the original Columbia. Doesn't come in very well. The camera's not working very well on that label. Spooky by Classics 4. Abraham Martin and John by Dion. Chances Are, Johnny Mathis and the 12th of Never. Columbia Gold Standard there. Both of those were hits for him. I'm not sure if I still have the 45 of this or not. I did have it. Heartbeat, It's a Love Beat, the DeFranco Family featuring Tony DeFranco. Another Simon and Garfunkel, I Am a Rock, with Flowers Never Bend with the Rainfall on the flip side. Man, that camera does not like that Columbia red label. Wow. The Nitty Gritty by Gladys Knight and the Pips. Way back from their early days. Jungle Boogie, Kool and the Gang. That was one of their early hits. New World Comin' and Blow Me a Kiss from Mama Cass Elliot. Look in My Eyes, Pretty Woman, and My Love Has No Pride. Tony Orlando and Dawn. I think this was the first record that featured them in that configuration. They were originally Dawn featuring Tony Orlando. Don't Give Up on Us and Black Bean Soup from David Soul. Odd thing for me to want, but the one reason I grabbed this is I've always loved this song, and I didn't have the 45 of it. Before My Heart Finds Out and Like a Sunday in Salem, both were big hits or minor hits on the charts in the mid-70s for Gene Cotton on that mid-70s Areola label. And finally, in that lot, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, one of Pat Benatar's best songs. So that's the first lot of 15 plus 1. The second lot of 15 plus 1 included a picture sleeve of a song I did not have, Laura Branigan's version of Power of Love. Of course, that's been a hit for Air Supply, Celine Dion, a number of other people. And the 15 in that lot, I had almost all of these already, but I could use better copies of them because they're all scratched up. Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher and Higher, Rita Coolidge. Billy Don't Be a Hero, Bo Donaldson and the Haywoods. Different pressing plant, the label's different, so I know that's different from the one I have already. Chaka Khan, I Feel For You, mid-80s from that. Original, I never liked this label, I thought it was plain. The orange Warner Brothers label. My Love, and Petula Clark. Honesty, Billy Joel, one of my favorite songs by him, 1979. Longer, Dan Fogelberg. Red Rubber Ball by The Circle. Cry Like a Baby by the Box Tops. This one I particularly wanted, and it's in actually decent shape. Snoopy versus the Red Baron, the Royal Guardsman. I only have this on a KJR compilation album. I've always loved that song. Good Morning Starshine from Oliver. I believe that's actually from another movie, Broadway. It's from Hair. That's right. It's like, I'm not sure where that's from. Electra Gold, New Seekers, Look What They've Done to My Song, Ma, and It's a Beautiful Day. All I Ever Need Is You, and I Got You, Babe, Sonny and Cher. Lady Marmalade from LaBelle. I Want a New Drug, Huey Lewis and the News. And finally, another one of my favorite songs by Kenny Loggins, This Is It. And those are the 245 lots I got that way. Now, I knew what was coming in those. I also knew about this. I bid for this sticker, and I'm going to have it somewhere in the background. Great 45-shaped music sticker. Dawn also participates in a show for Johnny called The Deal of the Dawns every other Friday. And on the most recent Deal of the Dawn, she had a mystery box of 45s. $15, I think the price was, for 40 45s. But the kick was you didn't know what you were going to get. So I bought one. I told Dawn, you know what I don't like already? We've been over that on Finding Your Music Mojo. I said, you know what I have already? So send me good stuff. Send me obscure titles, artists you don't know. I'll take them all. We'll try them out and see what happens. And I got to admit, she hit a home run with this. Of the 40 that came in this lot, I had 3 of them. That's considering the 45 collection that you will soon see behind me. It's all around me now. That's an amazing feat. So these are the 40 songs that came in that mystery box, and I'm very impressed with most of them. Driven Out and Shred of Evidence by The Fix. Ain't No Way, Gene Carn or Gene Carney. Honey in the Horn, the Four Aces. Classic Decca, and also on a classic Decca sleeve. I love it when Dawn has sleeves that she can throw in like that. Keep Giving Me Love, and Do You Want to Have Some Fun? Gladys Knight and the Pips. Tonight I'll Be Staying Here With You, and Country Pie from Bob Dylan. One of those mystery ones. I'm not familiar with the artist or the song. Gentle, Calling Your Name, and Move On by Frederick. I am not familiar with Heat Records. I'm going to assume it's R&B. I haven't had time to listen to these yet, obviously. Hard to Get and Boston Fancy from Giselle McKenzie on X Records. I had a bunch of kids' records by Giselle McKenzie when I was little on the Cricket label. I think they're all trashed at this point. What's the Matter with You, Baby? And Once Upon a Time, Marvin Gaye and Mary Wells. More Today Than Yesterday and The Mighty Burner by Charlie Earland. Again, I don't know some of these artists. I don't know some of these acts. Fever and My Crew, early in Rita Coolidge's career on that classic tan or brown or gold A&M label. One of the three I did already have, Hot Blooded by Foreigner and Tramontane, one of the best instrumentals ever written. Love that song. Sunday Morning and Echoes, Spanky and Our Gang. Every Little Movement and Moonlight Love from pianist Roger Williams. Smoky Places and Elusive Butterfly by Billy Walker. I am not a fan of Elusive Butterfly, but this is, I'm not sure, this is not the pop version. I'm betting Monument Records means it's a country version. We'll have to check that out. Tears of a Clown and Who's Gonna Take the Blame? Smokey Robinson and the Miracles on the Motown Yesteryear gold label. Down in the Boondocks and Cherry Hill Park on Columbia Hall of Fame from Billy Joe Royal. This one surprised me. I gotta admit, I don't have this. I should have. Long and Winding Road and For You Blue, the Beatles on the classic Apple label. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 Years of Love and I'm Still Dancing by the Presidents. Sussex Records wasn't around for very long, just 3 or 4 years. The only thing I can remember on this label that was a big hit was a song called Nice to Be With You by Gallery. They had a couple of follow-up hits on Sussex, but I've never seen anybody else on that other than former another singer named Jem Weatherly. So this is new to me. Stop Doggin' Me and I Believe in You, You Believe in Me from Johnny Taylor on classic Stax. Johnny Taylor, I know he's a classic R&B singer. The only thing I know by him was his hit Disco Lady from 1976. No Matter What and Carry On Till Tomorrow from Badfinger. Lots of good stuff in here, Don. Promise Me and One Night Affair from CoverGirls. The Fever, Catch It. I don't know this label, so that's interesting. Shining On and Me Pretty Boy on a custom label for the single from Grand Funk. There you go. If She Knew What She Wants and Not Like You from the Bangles. Neon Nights and Don't Miss the Message from Atlanta Rhythm Section. I'm not familiar with this song at all. I'll have to look that up, as I have quite a few of their singles. All I Want Is You and excerpts from their album Surface with Regina Bell on the single. Because of You and Because of You, some I can't read it, per Capella version by CoverGirls, also on that Fever label. I don't know that label at all. Oh my gosh, I need my light for this one. Heaven Help Us and It's a Party from Dion Estes. That was the only hit he had. He passed away a couple years ago. Great stuff. Great singer. George Michael on that with him. Seal, Newborn Friend and Blues in E. Mystery Lady and African Queen from Billy Ocean. African Queen, of course, one of the variations of Caribbean Queen, which was the version that was a hit in America. And The Grass Won't Pay No Mind, and Funny How Little Men Care from Mark Lindsay, who used to be the lead singer of the Raiders. Oh, Dawn, I didn't see this one. Al Di La and Sassy. Al Di La is by Emilio Pericoli. Sassy by Gino Paoli. These come from a film, Rome Adventure. Al Di La was one of the foreign language songs that hit really big in America back in the 1950s. I don't think it was connected to Eurovision in any way. Everlasting Love and Close the Door from Rufus featuring Chaka Khan on that lovely ABC Rainbow label. I always loved that one. Him or Me, What's It Gonna Be, and Legend of Paul Revere from Paul Revere and the Raiders. Susan and Foreign Policy from the Buckinghams. What Can I Do For You and Nightbird by LaBelle. Victory and Bad Woman by Kool and the Gang. This is one of the three I had already, but I have a sleeve for that also. Little Green Apples and Long Black Limousine from O.C. Smith, which you can't see because somebody wrote on the label. I Kinda Miss You and Gypsy Man from the Manhattans. Al Goodman and Orchestra, Theme, Great Pictures, 2 record set. This is one of those old style gatefold 45s with several themes on it, including Gone with the Wind, Lost Weekend, Fiesta, Undercurrent, Spellbound, Duel in the Sun, and Tromieres from Love Story, which is not that Love Story, it's from one from the 50s. And a picture sleeve. Wow. Louis Prima and Keely Smith and Meow Meow Meow. Meow Not Nyat Meow, the Pussycat song, and Meshuggah. This is a heck of a collection, Dawn. I'm going to do your mystery boxes all the time because this is really great. Lots of great stuff for me to explore in that. And so I still haven't discogged the last 2 lots I've got from Dawn. And I still have my own collection to discog most of. So I'll be doing that a lot in the future. And that is this week's Dawn and Mary portion of Out of the Box. This month's Black Box Record Club shipment is here. I admit I took it out, saw it before. I usually, you know, like last couple of months I haven't done that, but I used to just take it out of the box on camera, which is what I usually do. But I felt it this time, and the box was super heavy, and I knew there were multiple records, and I didn't want them to get ruined. I haven't had time to listen to them. They just arrived Thursday. But I wanted to get them out of the box just in case. So this month's selections... I'm not familiar. I know who the band is, and I know a couple of their earlier songs. This one is I think more recent. This is the Lumineers with their 2016 album Cleopatra. It is on premium double 180-gram vinyl on slate-colored wax, mastered for vinyl, but there is a free download with it, so that's very cool. I haven't opened these yet. As I said, I just got them Thursday. The other one I got was a bit of a surprise because I hadn't seen anything from him in ages. This is almost 10 years old. It's from 2014. But even then, I didn't know he was still recording. And I actually have a couple of his albums, and I like everything I've got by him. So this should be good. But I haven't heard him in years, and this particular cover has me curious as to what kind of music will be on this. This is 2014's Standing in the Breach from Jackson Browne. I'm not familiar with any of the singles off here or any of the songs. Produced by Jackson Browne and Paul Dieter. Again, I've heard what I've liked of the Lumineers I've liked, and what I've heard, Jackson Browne I know. So Black Box hit it through the box again. I think we got it. It's a couple of good things here. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy finding new artists. I've discovered some new artists thanks to them, and I really appreciate that. Once we got on the right track and narrow, we've had good stuff coming every month, and this month seems to be no exception. So thank you, Black Box, for another couple of great shipments. And of course, it did come with stickers, as always. This Jim Morrison Light My Fire sticker. This Blink 182 sticker. Yay. And footprints with a lot of rock bands in it. I'll hold that up real close so you can see everything from the Beatles through Nirvana and Pantera and Black Sabbath, all kinds of stuff. Those are going to my sticker box collection, and these will get into rotation. And that is this month's Black Box Record Club selections. New monthly segment on the Kirkham Report, obviously. Everybody, since I joined the vinyl community, everybody's been raving about Vinyl Me Please. I went to their site. They don't have enough stuff that I really like. A lot of their stuff is geared for either jazz, which a lot of the vinyl community likes, or heavy metal, which a lot of the vinyl community likes. I'm a pop guy, so they don't have a lot for me, and so I decided not to join them. But a couple months back, they announced a year-long partnership with one of my favorite performers of all time, the legendary Dolly Parton. They're calling it Vinyl Me Parton. They're issuing 12 of Dolly's classic albums with new versions, and it started this month. I got my first entry in that from Vinyl Me Please. It is Dolly's 1972, I believe, is when this originally came out. Let me double check. Nope, 1973. I was a year off. 1973's My Tennessee Mountain Home. It comes complete with the Vinyl Me Please Dolly strip, Obi strip. They are limited edition. You have to be a member of the Vinyl Me Parton Club to get these. Lacquers were cut from tapes by Ryan Smith at Sterling Sound and pressed on exclusive 180-gram Smoky Mountain Galaxy vinyl. I have not had a chance to break this out yet because I did just get it just yesterday, so I'm quite excited. But there will be 11 more of these over the next year. The thing that got me to sign up for it was I don't have most of them, but I would love the new deluxe Vinyl Me Please copies of Heartbreaker and 9 to 5 and Odd Jobs, both of which will be included in this set. There's a complete list of the Dolly sets. You can still join it. It also comes with the Vinyl Me Parton sticker. And this particular album is probably best known for its title track, In My Tennessee Mountain Home, which she has recorded numerous times. It was also on Maria Moldauer's debut album. I love Maria Moldauer's version of it as well. Old Black Kettle, The Letter, Down on Music Row, Back Home, Dr. Robert E. Thomas, My Tennessee Mountain Home, The Wrong Direction Home, The Better Part of Life, Daddy's Working Boots, and In the Good Old Days When Times Were Bad, and I Remember. So I'm looking forward to this. Look at this vintage picture of Dolly on the back. That's early 70s Dolly. Dolly can do practically no wrong where I'm concerned, and so I'm really looking forward to hearing this every month. The Vinyl Me Parton Club has started, and its first issue is My Tennessee Mountain Home, so you'll be hearing these once a month all the next year. Because of everything that's been going on around Kirkham Report HQ of late, I'll talk about that in a few minutes. I haven't got my Eurovision coverage started. Normally I would have had it started at the beginning of April. Now I have 2.5 weeks to catch up 37 songs. I'm going to be doing probably 10 songs a day in the next couple of weeks. All of my reviews for the Eurovision songs and my opinions and my preferences and such will be available on the website, thekirkhamreport.com. They will be up on the main blog starting Monday or Tuesday. I've only heard 3 or 4 of the songs so far. I haven't had time to listen to them. We've been so crazy busy. But I do know that Eurovision is coming up May 9th, 11th, and 13th. It will be carried once again by Peacock here in the States. For those of you who don't have Peacock, you can get it on VPN on YouTube. And I'm going to try and do some Eurovision watch parties this year. I'm not sure. I'm not going to do the finals, but I will probably try to do the 2 semifinals, Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. I will probably be using the Peacock feed. I'm not sure yet, and I'm not sure which browsers are compatible. I'm trying to set things up, but I'll have full details on the Eurovision watch parties in time for you to join me. It'll be us watching the show together, chatting in the chat room, and hopefully having a grand old time. I hope some of you will be by for that, just to keep me company, number one, but also to enjoy the great music that will be coming out of it. And we can be shocked together when songs we love don't get through and songs we can't stand do. That's just how Eurovision works. In any case, more on Eurovision this week on thekirkhamreport.com. Please check it out. Couple of quick things for you that are house cleaning of sorts. I am still taking ads for Daily Obscuria, which has been off 2 out of the last 3 weeks. It'll be back Monday. All I need is a rectangular ad. You can promote your show, your channel, something to do with what you do in the vinyl community, or fringes of the vinyl community, and it's free. It's just a little slide that runs back and forth as we listen to the music. So please send it in. You can get the address and the information and the how-to video in the show notes. The other thing I want to bring up is something that's becoming increasingly important in this day and age. About 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, right when all this crap was starting and I wasn't able to do anything, I launched a brand new channel called PNR WeatherCentral. PNR WeatherCentral is a channel that is geared to help people get through live severe weather. We have had a rash of tornadoes in the Midwest and South already in February and March, and now in early April. I have culled together some of the best weather sites, including the Storm Prediction Center, several local weather outlets, two fantastic online meteorologists, Ryan Hall and Andy Hill, and a few other live weather coverage sites, and a ton of storm chasers, all in this central location. If you are in bad weather, if you are under a watch of any kind, severe thunderstorm, tornado, this channel can be your go-to. You can get to it on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel. You can get to it on your phone. You don't have to be on your computer, and I will have a link to it in the show notes. I hope it is useful. There have been some pretty devastating, deadly tornadoes, and those outbreaks have been live covered with warnings sometimes as much as 3 or 4 minutes before the official warning has been issued by Ryan or Andy. You guys, if you're in the danger zone, so Kentucky, Tennessee, anywhere south or out in the Midwest, please check out PNR WeatherCentral. It's there for you guys. It's because I'm a weather geek. I cover that stuff. I watch that stuff. I watch this stuff because I have friends that live in all of those states, thanks to the VC and thanks to wrestling and thanks to a number of other things. And I designed it for you to keep informed and keep safe. And I hope that you will use it as such. PNR WeatherCentral, link in the show notes. A quick reminder that this Monday, which is April 25th, April 24th, at 6 p.m., will be our latest edition of Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn. We are now simulcasting the show on both PNR, both on TKR VideoCentral and Two Hip Chicks. When I am hosting, as I am this week, I am also running it on our PNR Network's YouTube channel and our PNR Network's Facebook and our PNR Network's Twitch. So if you are at any of those, come watch it. This week's topic, Dawn and I are each going to pick our Mount Rushmore of music artists, our 4 top artists of all time. We're going to tell you what they are, who they are, why we picked them. It is a killer for that 4th slot. The first 3 everybody knows from me. That 4th slot has been a killer, and I'm trying to decide between like 5 or 6 different acts. I'm pretty sure Dawn's going to match me on at least one of mine, and possibly more. But it'll be a lot of fun, and we want you to be there live, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, Monday, the 24th of April, on TKR VideoCentral and Two Hip Chicks, and also simulcasting to PNR Networks on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter on my side. Please join us and come join us in the chat and give us your Mount Rushmores as well. Finding Your Music Mojo with TC and Dawn this Monday at 6. Don't miss it. In the back pages today, I can't get my hair to like stop acting weird. In the back pages today, let me tell you a little bit about all this crazy crap that's been going on that's kept me off for 3 weeks. It all goes back to before Thanksgiving. They did a cleanup in the maintenance room here in our building, which is right next door to our apartment. It's where our mail room is. And in December, the first mice showed up. Not just in our apartment, but in several other apartments throughout our building. Our building is 4 floors, and so there's quite a bit of... we're on the 1st floor, and it's gotten all the way upstairs. So, in late February, they started sending exterminators around to fix that problem. And they started noticing a few other things about the building that they needed. Oh, we got to get this done. We want to make sure it's up to code. We want to make sure all this other stuff. So they started that at the same time. So since the end of February through now, we've been dealing with this kind of remodeling plan. And it was also geared for each apartment to please get all your clutter out, get everything square. We're going to do inspections. We're going to make sure everything's up to code. And we're going to make sure we got rid of all the mice, which we have. We haven't seen a mouse in over a month. And it has to be done. But every time we get close to where we're supposed to be, they keep delaying everything. Now, our inspections were supposed to be on so originally on March 31st, then it was April 5th. Nobody showed up, and then they rescheduled us again, and now they've rescheduled it again for May 1st. So, this is what, I mean, we've been running around here. We've been getting things done around the house. We've got, I mean, not that it was terrible anyway, but we had boxes and boxes of stuff that we hadn't unloaded. So we bought some new bookshelves. We bought some more Kallaxes for the living room. I bought, you know, I had the third one here in here, but I hadn't put it together yet. It's together now. This office finally got set up. If you notice, there's no longer messy everywhere. I now have 3 Kallaxes here. I have all my 45s on top of them, my CDs in a drawer. I'll give you a full tour in a couple of weeks when the office is completely done. I'll give you a full tour of how I have these things set up and my equipment. But things are looking really good. And we haven't seen a mouse in over a month, which is definitely. The exterminators got rid of everything. We had, because I think we were right next door. We were the first to get them. We noticed the first mouse about, I don't know, a week before Christmas, and then we would get 2 or 3 a week show up, and we still have the glue traps up, and it's been crazy. But in any case, hopefully everything will finally be done on May 1st, and everything, the inspection will be done. We'll have everything, because our lease is up at the end of May, and we don't want to turn it in until they do the inspection. Everything is honky-dory again. So, I mean, it's not like it's a rundown building. The building was built in the 1970s. It's a sturdy building. It's a good building. They just wanted to fix a few, you know, make a few fixes. Some pipe work has been done. Some ceiling work in the hallways have been done. There's been stuff they've been doing to make the building even better than it already is. And we like it here, so, you know, it's a good place. But it has gotten in the way of everything we were doing, and we were getting things done, and we felt it was way more important to get real life stuff done before VC life, unfortunately, because this is where I really want to be most of the time. And so this is how we did it. And so we are still operating on a waiting for inspection mode, but everything else in the house is done. I feel comfortable with how we are. I still have some stuff to do in here. I've got a few. I have to unpack the CDs. They're all in boxes. I got to sort them out, and I got to redo some of the stuff. And the desk area that I have planned is not up yet. We have the desk out in the other room, but the rest of this room is finally done. I mean, I literally couldn't move. There was a little tiny path from the door to the desk, and everything else was boxes. Those are all gone. They're all out, and they're in the racks or in the CD. In the 45 racks. Let me see if I can pull it out and so you can see it. There you go. This is what it looks like now. And I hope I'm not screwing up the video that way. But it's a lot more organized, and it's going to be even more organized afterward. So, yeah, and I did screw up the way it's set up. But in any case, really going to be, this is what we've been doing. And I'm hoping that, thank you for your patience. I will continue to be doing stuff. And this week, although everything's not going to be up this week either, because I just don't have time to do the research on it, most of the stuff will be back. I know for a fact Vinyl Recall will be back on Wednesday, and I'm hoping that Radio Retro will be up tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to do it. So we'll see. But I've got a few other new things in the pipeline also that I'll be talking about in the future. But I just wanted to let you know what we're up to. And that's the back pages for this week. I get that squared off again. So that's going to do it for this week. It's been a long show because I had long stuff from Dawn and Mary, but things are coming back to normal slowly over the next couple of weeks. I had some camera issues a couple of weeks ago too that screwed me up. It turned out to be user error when I accidentally disconnected the webcam when I was cleaning, and when I plugged it back in, it changed all the settings, and I didn't notice that. I figured what I ended up doing was getting rid of everything and reinstalling it, and it fixed the problem, but it was my setting issue that screwed it up and was making me crazy. So it was human error. I'm a dumbass. But it was it's good, and of course now once I get everything completely done in here, I'm going to be able to show it off to you guys, and I'm going to show you all my equipment and my book collection and everything that I haven't been able to show you for the last 3 years. But it's been fun because I have access to everything. All of my 45s are here and over here, and then this box and the one behind you can see very back over the top head, that is all stuff I bought from Dawn and Mary or Adam in the last year that is already filed, and I have to all but 4 of my drawers are not done on Discogs, and I want to get them all done. All the albums are out now. The CDs are all being put into a drawer, a chintzy but nice and organized drawer system, so I will have access to those again. The only thing I don't have left here is the cassettes. They're still in storage. I'm hoping we'll be able to tackle the storage unit this summer, so we'll see what happens. In any case, thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my show yet, I hope you will. And thank you for those of you who have. We really appreciate it, because I'm really trying to push to. I would like to hit that magic 500 by the end of, like, say, May 15th. I came real close during the contest last year, so please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you. And don't forget to share my shows with your favorite social media. There's a share link in every show, and by all means, leave a comment. I haven't been getting back to them lately because of all this crazy stuff going on, but I will be in the next week catching up on those, and hopefully things will come back to normal, and I'll be able to get some of the other projects I have in mind finally up and running. I have a few other things that are not connected directly to TKR also, some other stuff. I want to do some wrestling stuff. We got some other sites I'm working on, like Record Store Rewind and Slam Jam Central, which is a wrestling site I have, and a few other things. And they're all going to come together and hopefully make a great site and a great shows for you guys and keep you entertained. That's what it's all about. In any case, thank you for your patience over the last 3 weeks. I am back to stay. And I know some of you are going like, ah, no. Thanks a lot. For the Kirkham Report, I'm TC Kirkham. I'll see you next week. Ciao, baby.